I've
So
read
we
the
need to.
lineage of grace. I still am not sympathetic to Leah at all.
And you want to tell me that Jacob and what's his name, Rachel, wouldn't treat her terribly?
Laban, their father, started it, but Leah also carried on with it. If you are to be fair, Laban started it, okay? But also Leah was an accomplice. You did.
Based on what they said about Leah, she was meek-eyed. Basically, she was like very quiet. She didn't look very good. She was also very quiet. She had a good body, but very quiet, very dodo. Like this. She's not like Chioma. If it was Chioma, Chioma would talk. Wedding night, she'll say, guy, look well. It's not me. It's not Rachel. Don't come near me. I'll slap you. You know, that's Chioma. If it was Chioma, but no, she's not like Chioma.
Let me let Chioma land. So, Chioma, what are you getting at? What was the legality that Leah rode on that made her the supposed husband snatcher to be the favored one?
What I'm saying is, even before, because eventually Leah eventually decides that, okay, the only way this thing is going to work is if I worship the God of this my husband, and God favors her. But before that, I'm just saying that the way God looked at that situation, Leah, Rachel was the one this man was supposed to marry. He had worked for her for 7 years, hard years, and by the time Jacob described the working conditions, they were very harsh. He had worked 7 years for this girl. And then on the wedding night, when he's supposed to claim his prize, the father sneaks in Leah. And then she's the one that because it's with her he consummated the marriage. She immediately usurps Rachel and takes the position of principal wife as first wife. Meanwhile, it was this other one. But when you now look at when God was now, when it's time to, because the worth of a woman in those days was children, right? So the way we could now put a stamp of worth on Leah was that God looked at it and said, I'm going to give Leah children, I'm going to block this one's womb. Like, why? Some will say,
why.
Sorry?
I think you stated why.
Please, Chioma, I want you to go and read a book, Lineage of Grace. I've told Pastor to
I've read the lineage of grace. I still am not sympathetic to Leah at all.
Okay.
See this spirit, oh God.
Let's just leave these women. Wait a finish here. But Chioma, this is what I'm thinking. I think he stated the reason, right? I think he says God saw. Now, there's one thing about God. We have noticed that he can forget things, people, and stuff. But one thing we saw is that God almost always is on the side of the oppressed. Okay? Or
the underdog, right? Okay, yeah, true.
Almost always, you notice it's just all over the place. In fact, I think it is that kind of underdog favoritism that it is almost always the last born, the second born, the younger twin that is always getting the birthright. You see it, right? Almost all the time, right from Cain and Abel, is always that, that underdog. So he said that, and God saw that Jacob loved Rachel and Leah was despised. Then God said, okay, let me open the windows of children for you.
But rightly so. Jacob, I don't like you. You were complicit in this treachery. So no, I don't like you. And then, you know how I know that Leah was a little as in Lulu, was that issue with the mandrakes. Did you hear what she said to Rachel? You want my mandrakes after you stole my husband. I'm like, girl, back up. You stole the husband. So she was a little Dululu too. So but God, as far as let's go with God's own decision. She's despised, so we will help her.
Yeah, so I think that's very good. So, Shadi, I don't think Leah was so gentle because we saw that competition coming up, like that. Although it's
but how do you say it? Like, this is it. We're talking about a context of traditional time where the man was the head and the man was favored. And this woman had bonded with this man. She was sexually active with this man. She wanted this man, and I kind of understand Chioma's content, but she wanted this man so bad that in the first time she would have a child, she named her son Simeon, which means Simi.
See a son.
Sorry, Simeon is hear me.
No, Reuben is see a son. See a son. Bini.
So Reuben was the first. Now my husband will see me. I gave him a son, and he didn't see her. The second one, she gave birth to him again. Now my husband will hear me. He didn't hear. And then the third one, she gave birth to the third. Oh, now my husband will cleave to me, and he didn't. And then the third and the fourth one, she just said, "Now I'll praise the Lord. I've done everything. You know, I've tried to be this. I've tried. Okay, let's just go with Chiama's context. I've tried to force it. It is not forcible. Okay, now I'll praise the Lord."
Yeah.
Do you understand? And you want to tell me that Jacob and Lee, what's his name, Rachel, wouldn't treat her terribly? Do you understand? So God saw this. The treatment of this girl, for whatever reason, it was abhorrent to God enough to say, "This is what you want to play? All right, let's see who you're playing." And guess what? When Rachel died and she was buried under a tree somewhere, on the road somewhere. When Leah died and she was buried in the same tomb that Jacob was. What did she steal that one too? What are we talking about?
Well, I'm just like you. Except I can only the only way I will accept this is that God will just go with God's judgment of the situation. But the truth of the matter is, are we not reading the same book of Joshua? She stole that guy. She did. Let's be clear on that one. She did.
No,
she did.
Help.
And let me say something again.
With her father, true.
A man, no. A man is not a couple. If a man wants to go, he will
she
go.
Could have tapped the man when he was about to consummate the marriage. She could have tapped him if she did not want him. She could have said, "Oga, it's not me." Oh, she kept her mouth shut.
Okay, so where was Rachel?
They had drugged her. Now she was sleeping.
They could have.
Okay, so Rachel was sleeping.
They drugged her. Yes. So they gave her something, a drought. She slept off, and they locked the door, they went to do this one with Jacob.
Chema, is there a reference for that drugging thing, or is it just an arbitrary, or is it that book that says that, the one you ladies read?
There's nothing like that. I'm just wondering where she got it from.
But to be fair, the father that
this is what I know. I believe Rachel feared her father. So did this girl fear their father. So much so that when this man went after them because of his idols, she sat on that idol and she lied, even to the detriment of her own life. Wasn't it her that said that the idol is not me? If it's with me, I will die.
She was trying to protect her husband so that the father will not know where. That's why she stole the idols in the first place, right?
Like we need Joseph's phone number now, or Jacob.
To ask him, I mean.
Jacob.
Look, unless I've read wrong, Rachel was not drugged. Rachel understood that in their own lands, or according to their own culture, or whatever beliefs that it is, the senior marries before the junior, according to what Laban said. Two, Jacob was also what did Jacob also
so Laban knows that.
Didn't Jacob scam Esau? What did he expect?
Except you are saying it was payback.
Sorry, Minister.
Except you can say it was payback for what Jacob had done. So maybe all of this was happening because of what Jacob had done to Esau. I will agree with you. Yes.
I think it's a mix. It's a mix. So I think it's a mix of many things, but to kind of balance it, and it's not just me trying to balance what is on ground, right? Yes, we ladies are becoming too sentimental. They are watching Desperate Housewives. That's what they're seeing. You don't know something. They like movie like anything. So it's not just me trying to balance things. It is what you can see. If you are to be fair, Laban started it, okay? But also Leah was an accomplice. I mean, maybe she didn't like the idea, but she got interested along the way. You can't remove that. You understand? So Leah, I mean, Laban, their father, started it, but Leah also carried on with it. Like, she was also doing the competition. I mean, even if you miss the first one, let's say the first night, if you do anything funny, your father would. I mean, you could have whispered to Jacob like, "This is what's happening. Don't tell my father." Oh, okay, fine, first night. But after that, when everything was more settled, right? They were competing, and so she kind of flowed along with it. Yeah, someone said she's human. That's true. So, but then that story is not that. I don't think that's the moral of it, right? So, but then Jacob truly, the moment he deceived his brother, for example, he was supposed to really get the blessing, and that's how God almost balanced things up, right? He was really supposed to get the blessing by almost by destiny, almost, right? But the fact that he then went ahead to do that, to then deceive that way, that thing followed him for at least 20 years, 20 something years. It was not funny at all, right? Because when he got to Laban's house, he was cheated, and I think it was that thing that just kept following him. Although it's not following directly. Yeah, he was just cheated many times. He ran from Esau into the hands of Laban. Laban took him when he was run. Later, he ran from Laban, and Laban went ahead to report him to Esau. Esau came to meet him on the way again, until God then sent an angel who looked like armies to scare Esau, like 4 bands of angels like that, to scare Esau. That's when Esau then was hugging him and say, "Oh, my brother, da 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 da." So, I mean, even when God is giving you something, you need to wait to take it the right way, right? You need to wait to, and God could have really wanted to favor Leah, and he did. And Leah didn't, I don't think she really passed her bound. She was just a regular, desperate housewife in that sense. Need to no go green now, you understand? But God favored her. I mean, Rachel really was buried under an oak in Ephraim, right? And Leah was buried in that cave of Machpelah. Bought by Abraham. That's quite a lot of honor. Okay, but again, God has honored the dog. So the lesson for me is, in the midst of all this, God's will is this, is your destiny is that. Sometimes God allows you to determine the details. You see, He allows you to determine the details. By the way, it was destined that Jacob will have 12 children, because I don't know, have you read the book of Enoch so much? Before we let that dove gold speak, it's been waiting. So I don't know if you read the book of Enoch, Chioma, that Enoch
but I have to be more serious about it. Yeah, I've read it. Go on.
Yeah. So Enoch saw all these things, right? He saw that, and then a cow rose, gave birth to a heifer, a red heifer and a black heifer, and this one killed that. And then there was a sheep that gave birth to 12 sheep, and one of the sheep sent the sheep somewhere, and this happened. And it makes you feel as if God has determined that Jacob must do all that, and this ones must be sold to slavery. But another thing that I just got reminded of is that to all of those visions, there was no names. It was just slot. So you are the one that will rise and say, I'm entering this slot, right? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then it becomes your story. So it's about how much you are aligned to history, how much you're aligned to prophecy rather. And then you determine details as you either stay with righteousness or then with unrighteousness. So it all works together. The spirit realm is pushing, the physical realm also push within the allowed limit. And then you can decide to have a very wonderful life, or otherwise. But that's a beautiful one from.
I just wanted to refer to something you said. So even if Jacob did not cheat his brother, he would still have had that destiny still, right?
So. Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. It was the mother that just was afraid.
Yeah, but so what pushed his mother to do that? So what pushed his mother to do that sort of thing whereby he, because this was one of the reasons why he wrestled with the angel.
Eventually,
right? Yeah, eventually that his name was changed to Israel, right? So what was it, the devil just wanting him to even if you're going to get this blessing, I will show you Pepe. Is that it?
Because remember that they had told Rebecca that when she was having those stomach problems, when she was pregnant, the Lord had told her that the younger will be greater than the older.
Yes.
So it's like Sarah again. She was trying to help God. That thing that it's like it runs in their family.
It's a dangerous thing. It will mess up someone's blessing. They call it messing up your testimony, something like that. Okay, it can mess up someone's testimony. God has told you you'll be this and this and that, and then you want to maneuver your way into it. You shouldn't do that. Very similar to what happened to Joseph in the prison. Right.
Right. And Rachel too, trying to help her husband by stealing those gods. Eventually, her life went for it, right?
Yeah, eventually, because those confessions, I think that was, and like we said, I don't know when you were here, that the confession and those God was a very ugly demon-looking God like that can talk and stuff, right? And you can see the connection. She was literally on her periods, which connects to, she stole a god, put it under her body, and she said anyway, she was on her periods, maybe they lie actually, but then it was when she was, and she said she would die if she was the one who took the child, took the god rather, and she indeed died. How did she die? Something related to fertility and children. She was giving birth when she died, you see. So it's just all connected, and there's something there that the thing literally struck her, and I don't know, it's just something. You see, so helping God can be very, very dangerous. You still fulfill that promise, but in a kind of funny way. Like there's now Ishmaelites today, and all that. Of which, again, it's been prophesied that Abraham will have 8 children. I can't remember where that was written, right? But the context would have been different. Maybe Ishmael would not have come as Ishmael like that. Maybe it would have been Isaac first, and then who knows? Sarah might have had another child, and maybe I don't know. Maybe Sarah would then not alive according to her own destiny, 128 years, whatever. And then you would then marry Keturah naturally. I don't know, but man, these things that's why you just keep your part right. Keep showing up, right? Stay on the righteousness. You can ever hardly go wrong in righteousness. Keep doing the right thing. Just keep doing that and keep waiting. Keep doing the right thing. You see a loophole, get it fixed. Keep doing. So you sort your own realms, and you will just be surprised that one day an angel will just show up, right? And they'll be like, wow, so this is what I've been doing. And when that cup fulls, like Choma puts up the other time, there's a way you hit that quota, right? And then boom, the thing just, when the sky is full of water, then the rain will just come pouring, and people will not see this consistency.